So that's my example of
Okay,
how Trump
fair enough. We cross on. They don't respect the Constitution.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Well, I got.
They want to abandon Second Amendment rights. In my personal opinion, this is the most fundamental idea to not give them enough power just to, turn into a dictatorship.
Well, here's the funny thing. I have this on here about how the entire time Joe Biden is talking about how we are degrading or ignoring the Constitution.
They are degrading. That's what
I understand that, but here's the thing: the entire time he had his entire speech, he talks about how we are how MAGA supporters are degrading the Constitution or ignoring the Constitution. When the entire speech, he never said one constitutional right. He never said one constitutional right. Maybe if he outright read the Constitution, he might understand it a little bit better.
That's actually a good question. Have members of Congress actually ever read the Bill of Rights? Forget about the Constitution. The Bill of Rights.
You know what would be awesome?
First 10 amendments to the Constitution.
You know what?
Have they ever in their entire lives?
You think there should be a test before you can be sworn?
Yes.
That you have to.
Yes.
You have to.
Yes.
Vocally say every single Bill of Rights.
Yes.
I think so too. I would definitely have to do some studying for that because I don't know every single one by word.
But you would also have to get voted in the same point in time.
Well, I mean, to memorize the Bill of Rights, I don't need to get voted in to be able to do that.
I mean, I don't mean the entire fucking, narrative of the bill, but just to be like, number one, guess what? Freedom of speech, freedom of religion.
Right.
Number two, right to bear arms. Number three, whatever number three is.
I know. Here's another thing. He also said that the FBI agents were facing death threats for just doing their jobs.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, he said that in his speech. Well, here's the thing. The FBI is not getting death threats for just doing their jobs. They're getting death threats.
They're getting death threats because they exposed the level of corruption that was going on.
Well, everybody can see it. The problem is that the FBI is only investigating.
They were like,
They're only investigating one
higher
side.
ups were telling us to do this, and now those particular agents are getting death threats.
They're only investigating one side. If the FBI wanted to not seem like the Gestapo of the Democratic Party, then they would go out. So if they didn't want to seem like they were only attacking one side, then maybe they should arrest Hillary Clinton for her handling of classified information. That, by the way, the FBI did not break into her house and lock down the area and tell her not to record so that they could do their investigation, which, by the way, is a phishing investigation. And second of all, Hunter Biden is on camera doing illegal things, and he's not being arrested either. And there's barely any investigation into the fact that Hunter Biden did deals with Ukraine, and which is, by the way, why Joe Biden should be impeached in the first place. And second of all, the fact that he does deals with Chinese businesses as well.
You just nailed all those topics right there on my page.
Right.
Just in, the brief, minute segment that you fucking ran it on. Anyway, I do want to touch on this, though. Okay. First of all, when he said cronies in his speech, I feel like he directly ripped me off.
Okay. Next,
when he's talking about laws
right?
and the governance of said laws, he's still willing to kill the abortion.
Okay. So I thought you weren't on my side of that. On the side of that, it's
Well, I mean, but at the same point in time, no, he put himself on his side. So this is on him at this point in time. You can't even look at me. All right? I frankly don't fucking care.
Okay.
I don't care.
I don't either, to be honest.
I mean, it's an issue, but why is it an issue? I don't necessarily understand this. Why is that the hill that people are willing to die on?
I can kind of see in one way it's bodily autonomy, but on the other way it's the killing of another person. So that's why there's just a gap in
at the same
disagreement on that
time,
basic
it
point.
depends on how long you are into pregnancy.
That's
right.
That's also part of the
Right.
argument.
I mean that's just generalizing,
Right.
honestly. So got that.
You need mine next?
No, I got written down here. Shadow Flies. It just seemed like he was like. It seemed like in the middle of this thing, it went dark, right? And then it was like, and he just like spouted off all this nonsense about fucking the fucking Constitution, the fucking respecting laws and the establishment, everything like that. Even though he is part of the establishment.
Yeah.
So I was like, Shadow Lies.
He's been a part of the establishment for 70 years. So
Shadow Lies. And that also brings up the rule of law. Which, I mean, obviously, I believe has been failing over the course of the last 2 years.
in certain places, in the cities, yes. In the rest of the country, no.
I mean, that's fair, but
And on the border, it's been failing us as well. But that's completely due to the Biden administration.
I'm good with that. He, at some point in time, claimed to be the defender of democracy.
That's a lie.
At some point in time, he claimed to be the defender of democracy.
I think that's something that he probably believes, but he's just so out of touch that he doesn't quite understand.
No, I think someone else told him this, and he was like, "Oh yeah."
Okay. So you think he's just the prop, spouting off the words on the teleprompter?